the Brown Boys. The Brown Boys. The Brown Boys. We the Brown Boys. The Brown Boys. We the Brown Boys. Let me play this video while we roll, because UFC fighters reacted to Rampage Jackson's son almost near-death beatdown of this wrestler, this military veteran who went to wrestling because of PTSD. And it's alleged that the guy won't even be pressing charges. Now, imagine how many guys would get a beat down like that. They say the guy was choking on his teeth and his blood. They said Rampage Jackson's son broke some bones in his face, knocked out several of his teeth, and he was unconscious, or he flatlined for a couple of minutes. And allegedly, all of this is alleged, they couldn't wake him up. He flatlined for a couple of minutes, choking on his own blood and teeth over an empty beer can joke. Over an empty beer can joke. This is what they want us to believe, because we are supposed to be so emotional and racially charged that if a white guy do anything to you, you're supposed to beat him to have you know what. And I just don't agree with that. It don't matter what color a person is, the punishment don't fit the crime. Now, again, when I first saw the video, I'm thinking, if this is a real beer can that he slapped across somebody's head unprovoked, I'm sorry, you deserve a butt kicking, but it's going to be right there on the spot. You know, not a stage setup where we think, are we going to go half speed or medium speed just to get them back, and then I go all in full bore 22 unguarded punches. Nah, that ain't cool. So let's get to the video. This is Kevin Lee talking about the situation, and then we'll get into the new video that shows that Rampage Jackson called his son, kind of trolling and picking on him from what he saw from watching the stream. So let's see.
Why you thought that was cool?
Former UFC fighter Kevin Lee shares his thoughts on the situation involving Raja Jackson, the son of MMA legend
hold up. The original content is on Stacked MMA.
Rampage Jackson, who brutally attacked professional wrestler Stuart Smith.
Hey man, dog gotta go to prison. I usually don't like to involve myself in other men's situations, but I feel I'm qualified to speak on this. And dog messed up. And if it's Rampage, I love Rampage. But Rampage, turn your son in. He got to go lay down for a little bit. Like, if it was my son, that's what I would tell him. I mean, you a grown man, bro. You can't condone that type of behavior, bro. You got to go lay down for a little bit. We'll get you a good lawyer. You ain't going to be in there forever, but you got to go lay down. I get it. He hit you in the head with a bottle beforehand. I get it. He shouldn't have did that. I don't condone that either. But to wait hours until the man was working, which we all understand, he playing a character and he was in character and he working, and then you sneak him, because that's what you did. I mean, you snuck him. He wasn't expecting that, and you, bro. They say dude flatlined and was unconscious for 6 minutes afterwards. Dog got to go lay down. You got to go to prison, bro. There's no part of that you thought was cool. Like, I can't even wrap my mind around why you thought that was cool and why you ain't got no self-control over your emotions. I get it, you and your feelings. You probably was watching them work and just getting madder and madder. But bro, you can't have that in no civilized society. Like, we all understand what pro wrestling.
That was the most important thing that he said in this video. Why don't you have any self-control? And the fact that these people at the wrestling event saw that this kid really don't have it all together. He don't really know how to control himself. He looked like he's ready to fight at the drop of a dime all the time. I get it. You're the son of a UFC fighter, and he has a lot of bravado. He talks about fighting. I guess that's how y'all been solving every issue. But some issues you could just talk it out. You didn't have to get your lick back. And if they gave you an opportunity to get your lick back, which is a beautiful thing, because most times people don't even get a chance to get their lick back on somebody that do them wrong. But to get it in that way, yeah, that's a little crazy. He walking around like it ain't no chip on his shoulder. He got a boulder on his shoulder, boy. I don't know what it is that's not going right in his life that he actually won't, but this is crazy.
Son is, don't we? We've been understanding since we was like 9, 10 years old. That ain't the time or the place, especially not when all the cameras. Like, bro, you don't give a fuck, huh? You just doing whatever you want to do. You gotta go lay down, bro. I'm sorry. I love Rampage, and I hate that you're in a situation with your son.
Another great point Kevin Lee made. Dude, how many people, even if you were mad, how many people would do that in front of kids, in front of women, in front of all those people? Like, it ain't no getting away with that. You're going to do that in front of all those people. You would expect him to have that reaction when it was just a bunch of men around, when they were backstage or whatever. You wait until all those people around, and that's what you do to somebody? As a trained fighter, knowing the consequences for you hitting somebody as a trained fighter, you just don't give a damn. Like Kevin Lee said, you don't care about nothing. Like, there's no way that you do that in front of all those people. Like, I would have heard that dude talking about it. Like, man, I'm gonna go in there and hit him for real. And I would have just thought, okay, he finna go in there and get one lick back, get his good punch in, even if it's strong, he gonna get his punch back. But to do all that, there can't nobody be with you doing all that.
But you got to talk to him. He got to be a real man. He got to stand up on that, and he can go lay down for a little bit.
Raja Jackson was scripted to deliver fake punches to the wrestler, but instead he threw 22 real punches at an unconscious Stuart Smith before being separated. Friends of the pro wrestler have stated that he is now awake, but in very bad shape.
Friends of the pro wrestler said he is now awake. Now awake and in very bad shape. Missing teeth. Golly, man. Hey, I'm praying for dude. Dude must be a soldier, because ain't nowhere in the world I wouldn't sue your ass. I need my teeth fixed. I need everything fixed. Everything you knocked out and shattered, I need it fixed. I need your daddy to come and kick on in a little chain, because I need my money. Mm-hmm. And they got a lot of joking videos, right? The father and the son got a lot of videos that it's almost like he Rampage's little homie. Rampage seemed to have raised him like a homie and not a son. Rampage kicked my ass. I already know that, but I still got to state my opinion. This is like, and this right here ain't that bad, but it's like, yeah, you can kind of see that this kid, like this, watch this.
The grocery store. So I'm gonna tell him a story about that one time when we was living over there in the first house I bought. Then I had to take a shower right after you, and you had just came out of the shower, and I slipped. Shower was slippery. I slipped. I was slipped on one of your kids, nigga. You're in there jacking off in the shower.
I don't be doing that.
True story. True story.
I saw him. Okay, Chet. Since you want to do that, I be trying to spare him, Chet. But I walked in on him. He had this one bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? She was real bad, and she was pegging him while he was gooning him. Bro,
Yeah, you went too far.
she was pegging him while he was gooning in the shower, bro. That shit was the craziest thing I ever seen. I be trying to spare him. I don't be trying. I don't be doing.
Nigga went too far.
So he pegged him in the shower. This is their relationship. They have this relationship where they're ranking and joking back and forth like they cool. I'm watching their video trying to figure out why this boy so angry. Watch this. I've been trying to figure out what the hell is this boy so angry for? Why can't he be pranked and calm down and be normal?
Motherfucking years old, nigga. So don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that. Well, you think you can take me, don't you?
Yeah, I can take.
Son, I don't give a how old you get. I've been doing this shit for 25 years, nigga. As long as you've been alive, you ain't gonna never be able to take me.
All right. This is where you need feminine energy to enter the room and say, hey. Y'all playing too much. Hey, Rampage, don't talk to your son like that. You gotta keep a certain level of respect. That's when a woman is needed. That's when you say, hey, look, boy, whoa. Don't do all this now. Y'all playing all the time, and he's not gonna know when you playing and when you not. So he gonna talk to you like a homie and not like a daddy. So when it's time to be daddy, he don't know when you being daddy. He's looking at you as a homie. And if you look at it, every situation that it seemed like, if this is how they figured out all the situations, I know this looked like a skit, but when they had a disagreement, this shit looked like it was on cue. They both started looking at each other, taking their phones. Look how he looking at him like, nigga, I'll whoop you. They both look at each other like, man, I'll take my phone out my pocket and we can get physical right away. They both do it on cue. This don't seem scripted. This was natural.
Look at me like that. Don't look at me like that.
Watch when they start taking stuff out their pocket. Shit, that's what I was waiting on. Shit, what's up? What you want to do?
Oh, you think you can take me, don't you?
Yeah, I can take it.
Son, I don't give a fuck how old you get. I've been doing this shit for 25 years, nigga. As long as you've been alive. You ain't gonna never be able to take me.
Some people think that's great. Some people think that's, and that's cool. If that's how you kick it with your son. But there got to be a little balance. There got to be some, hey, daddy will whoop your ass. You keep playing now. There got to be that. It can't be all jokes and playing all the time. Now, some people say in the chat his mother passed away early. And that's unfortunate because it seems like he got a loving father. His dad know what he know. I mean, he probably has his limitations, probably from the hood. He probably just focusing on making his son tough.